The new Overgrowth spell allows you to entrap defenses, preventing them from attacking, but also preventing you from destroying them. With this complex spell, let's break down how this spell works and how to best use it in attacks. You'll be able to unlock the Overgrowth spell at Town Hall 12 within the new level 6 Dark Spell Factory for 5 million elixir and a 8-day build time. Once upgraded, you are able to upgrade the Overgrowth spell to level 2 at Town Hall 12. However, there is no new level at Town Hall 13, but can be upgraded to level 3 at Town Hall 14. Finally, you can max it out at Town Hall 16 to level 4. Sorry, Town Hall 15, you don't get a new level either. This will give the max lifetime of 28 seconds. While this spell seems really complex, I'll explain the finer details for you and give you some strategies for it towards the end of the video. First, let's show you how this works. When using the Overgrowth spell, it will summon roots to entrap defenses and buildings within its range. Any building that is caught within will be turned frozen and also turned invisible, meaning that you cannot attack them, but they also cannot attack you. But in this state, they cannot be damaged by anything. Even the log launcher or earthquake spells will do nothing. Other things such as the enemy CC, skeleton traps, battle builders, and the enemy heroes are not affected by this spell and will keep moving like it's nothing. The range of this spell though is quite massive at a whopping 17 tiles, being the largest spell we've ever had on the home village. Other things such as siege machines that target specifically defenses will retarget if a defense becomes overgrown. However, if it is a town hall seeking siege machine, it will still go towards where the town hall is, so you might want to take advantage of that. There is no set amount of buildings that it can overgrow over within its range. So you just still want to be very cautious of any hitbox, as some buildings could get affected by the spell or they might not. Since this spell also is able to turn defenses invisible, indestructible, and frozen, troops that were already targeting a building before it was overgrown will immediately retarget once it is overgrown. Hidden Teslas can also be entrapped, and you can actually notice the outline of where they are. And if you place a troop near them, you will hear and see a little activation. However, be very careful of giant bomb and small bombs, as within an Overgrowth spell, they will be invisible, and you could actually lose troops or heroes because they're invisible, so just be cautious about that. But on the bright side, the spell will leave obstacles that you can clear, similar to tombstones. So what are some strategies that you can run with this new spell? Well, for starters, Queen Charge is a very nice way of using it. Since the Queen Charge can deal with a lot of damage, being able to stop that for a little bit, even if you're not targeting it, can be really, really nice, as things such as monoliths, single infernos, or expo farms can play a really massive role in stopping your queen charge. So being able to shut them down for a period of time, allowing your queen to reposition closer to them, taking down buildings around there, will make it much easier for you to get through there without losing too much HP on your queen. You just need to make sure that you're timing the spell. Another way that you could use this in a queen charge is controlling pathing. Mostly this could be getting your queen to go into the core of the base without having any issues. So you could use it for pathing to get that queen into the core, charge into the core, deal with that, and then you could also send in your main army where the Overgrowth spell was, and you have a very easy way to start your attack, and it gives you a lot of flexibility with getting into the core, and then of course having your hogs or whatever other troop move around the outside while your queen is in the core. Another way is to basically invalidate the Eagle Artillery. Since the Eagle Artillery is still a powerful defense no matter what town hall level, using a spell to stop it for a brief period is quite massive. This can really help in spam attacks, queen charge, or really any type of attack that has the Eagle activating pretty dang early. This will allow you to send your army in without getting too much damage on it, and it also allows you to get closer to it if you're going in away from the Eagle Artillery. Preserving as much HP on your troops and heroes can be very useful, which really helps this spell a lot. Another very unique way is instead of running the battle blimp, you run a battle drill with a blizzard. This is something that pros did in the past, but can now be done with just 2 overgrowth spells that you can use to get deep into the base using a blizzard to clear a pretty good area, which will really help you in terms of your Sui hero, where you can use your king, queen, and royal champion to carve out a really wide area, since realistically, as long as you're able to deal with the defenses in the core, you can allow your heroes to clear the buildings, the key defenses towards the outside, which makes it much easier for your attack. And of course, you can also use it to basically funnel the interior part of the base. Usually using 1 or 2 overgrowth spells is more than enough. Things like Electro Dragons will very much benefit from this, as you can control exactly what they're going to target, and by that logic, it allows you to keep them together as a group, moving through, dealing a ton of chain damage with the rage spells. This is really something that you want in order to move deeper through the base, which can really help having more troops and spells or even hero abilities as you work yourself through. Being able to control that area then allows you to send in either maybe a royal champion or something else that will allow you to clear that area without having to worry about other defenses around that specific compartment, which makes it much easier for you to use a back-end royal champion or back-end heroes, or really realistically just having any troops left over. Now, here is a way that you can actually use the overgrowth spell with Electro Dragons. Personally, my favorite composition using a super wizard super minion clone blimp. You're going to start by funneling, usually using a baby dragon and an Electro Dragon to basically clear out a solid funnel. If your baby dragon does die, you could always use another Electro Dragon, but the whole goal of this is to make sure that you're able to set the funnel and allow your E-Drags to go through the Eagle Artillery, maybe some other defenses, but your main goal here is to send in the E-Drags, balloons, blimp, and the warden with the rage. This is where I would recommend using the overgrowth spell. Control their pathing just like that, being able to then make sure that they're focusing on the Eagle Artillery while the Ice Hound is going in from air defense to air defense, with the blimp deep moving in, using an invisibility, clone, another invisibility, and a rage, as you then allow your blimp with the super wizard super minion to clear through a given area. The E-Drags, on the other hand, get nicely topped off by the warden's healing tome, but also getting that rage early on really helps them. From that point, you've cleared so much of the base where you have a ton of E-Drags to help clear part of the base that could be a scatter shot with your heroes moving in, and you could even have your royal champion up towards the given area where you use the overgrowth spell. This is really then allowing you to clear through that compartment without really having to worry about too many defenses hitting her all at once. So it's really nice, as it allows you to use any abilities that you have on her, which will then really help you clear through the back end, which makes this strategy go from a very good option for E-Drag players to almost being essential if you want to use Electro Dragons, as this is my personal favorite strategy and it is incredibly good, and I would recommend that you try this after the new update drops. That is all of the sneak peeks. Have fun with the new update when it lands, but be sure to subscribe for quality guides on all the new stuff. And if you are struggling with what to use now that you've got some strategies that were nerfed, look no further to the guide right here.